The Great American Bash started July 1st, Philadelphia, then went to Washington, D.C., Memphis, Norfolk, Virginia, Richmond, Roanoke, Charleston, West Virginia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. We saw the World Heavyweight Championship change hands. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, defeated Ric Flair inside a steel cage. Then it all comes right here, the grand finale to the greatest wrestling event ever. Ric Flair goes after Dusty Rhodes and that world's heavyweight title inside a steel cage right here at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium tonight. Think about it too. Magnum TA. He's going to go after that second win. Nikita Koloff, the Russian Nightmare, has 3. He can make it 4 tonight. He could become United States heavyweight champion. And then Magnum TA's nightmare will come true. The Great American Bash has been fireworks, skydivers, David Allen Coe, the greatest wrestlers in the world. Jim Crockett Promotions has brought you the best in the world. And it's all going to be the final finale tonight. Right here at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium, you're going to see the best. It's going to be fantastic. The awesome wrestlers.
Championship Wrestling, bringing you great wrestling action, sanctioned by the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to World Championship Wrestling. I'm Tony Schiavone with you today. A very special program. As you heard, David Crockett recorded this morning at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium talking about the biggest, the finale, the big one, the Great American Bash at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium. In just a few minutes, the gates will open. The fans will start pouring in for the gigantic matches that you will see tonight at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium. But let me bring up a point that David Crockett also brought up about a new world heavyweight champion. Nature Boy Ric Flair lost to the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. And for the third time, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes is the heavyweight champion of the world. Today on this program, an in-depth interview with the new world champion and also the former champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair. We'll talk about a new man who has no hair on his head, Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, and much more on this special edition of World Championship Wrestling leading up to our big finale in Atlanta tonight, the Great American Bash. With me, first of all, the Russians. To my right, Crusher Khrushchev, and to his right, the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff. And I know, gentlemen, what's on your mind, first of all, is the world's 6-man tag team title.
That's right, but first of all, Dusty Rhodes, you did accomplish something. You accomplished something that every professional wrestler wants, and that's that world title. But what you haven't realized is, how are you going to defend 2 world titles? The 6-man world title, along with the Road Warriors, and the world title. You're going to have to. So there's no way you can defend both titles. So you better find somebody, because that's our dream, is to take the world's 6-man title back to the Kremlin with us. And I have a little revenge I want to do with the Road Warriors. Isn't that right, Ivan?
Yes, there is nothing that's going to stop us, Crusher. Nephew Nikita feels the same way as I do and Crusher does. World 6-man tag team trophy belongs to us. Dusty Rhodes, Great American Troublemaker, and Road Warriors. It's a matter of time before we get it back. And like Crusher brought up, you go find somebody to take your place, and we'll beat them up also. Because that's what we have in mind, to take our trophy back, and nothing will stop us. Now, yes, this Great American Bash has created a lot of interest, has drawn attention from different wrestlers I see coming into the area. There's Buddy Landell, there's Bill Dundee, there's Captain Redneck, Dick Murdoch, Jayhawkers, there's Bobby Jaggers, his name is, and right, Dutch Mantel. All these men have proven themselves in the past. Big names in wrestling. Now they've come to the hub of all NWA wrestling, Jim Crockett Promotion. And they're going to see how they can fare. And I've run into them in the past many times. And they are all tough. They all have the credentials that prove themselves. But you come out, you people, you still got time. Jump in your car, come on down to the stadium. See Great American Bash. See Nephew Nikita defeat Magnum TA for United States heavyweight title.
Okay, now we'd like to take a look at the Russians in action, in six-man action right now. Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff, and Crusher Khrushchev. And gentlemen, if you will, comment on this match with me, if you would, about the Russians. You know how awesome they are in six-man competition. Let's take a look at that match. In this six-man match, it's Ivan, Nikita, and Crusher against Randy Barber, Vernon Eaton, and Mike Samadi. As we get ready to go this event, I want to ask you, gentlemen, who dictates who wrestles first? Who's the first man in the ring? How do you make that decision?
Well, there is no real decision because we all want to get in the ring about the same amount, except I've been out for 6 months, and I want to show all these Americans that I am 100%. As you can see, Tony, I am.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Crusher Khrushchev with Vernon Deaton right now. The knee is better. The knee is, as you said, back to 100%. A lot of intensity in the ring for the Russian team.
That's right.
We've always been impressed by that. Not always agreeing with all the tactics, but impressed by the intensity the Russians bring into the ring.
You see Crusher here, how viciously he goes after the opponent, not giving him no leeway at all, always being on top of him, wearing him down. That is trademark of Crusher. He has always been a great athlete. Too much athlete for this man here, as you can see. He has softened him up for me, and I'm taking great pleasure in just coming in and working him over more. You know, it takes a lot of ingredients, different elements in making up a great tag team, whether it is 2-man, 3-man, 4-man combination.
Oh, my.
You see there? Tried to break his neck.
Awesome neck breaker. Now, when you're in the ring, you're talking to your opponent right now, obviously humiliating the opponent. Is that a psychological move on your part?
Yes, definitely. This is a way to get them all worried, get them excited, try too hard, their breathing stops, their mind stops completely because they are so mixed up in the ring because always there's somebody on top of them with tag team partners such as Crusher Khrushchev and my nephew Nikita.
And one thing we can notice here, we've noticed with every great tag team, you keep the man in your part of the ring. You keep him close. A lot of times on the floor, but that is still close to your side of the ring. As we see now, Nikita Koloff, the Russian Nightmare, very methodical about how he destroys an opponent, and he does not care at all where the man is in the ring. He would as soon get another man in.
That's right. He wants somebody fresh in there. Just like this, Manny Fernandez, this Todd Champion, and Sam Houston are going to find out tonight in Fulton County Stadium. Great American Bash. 6-man tag team competition against Crusher and myself and Baron Von Raschke. We're going to find out that they are no match for us, just like these 3 men are finding it out there. You see nephew Nikita, the power that he expresses.
His partners don't even want to tag him.
That's right.
Well, it's obvious you're a great 6-man team. We can see that. We have seen it in the past. But now, since you have lost that title, do you think you have something to prove? Do you go into a match on TV feeling you have something to prove to the Road Warriors and Dusty Rhodes?
Yes, we do. We want to show all these people that we are the #1 contenders, which we are. And I want to show the Road Warriors that I am 100%. And I have one thing in mind, and that is to do the same thing that they did to me. But they didn't finish the job on me, like I'm going to finish it on them.
Okay, the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, now in the ring with Mike Samadi, a big foot. As Samadi goes down, now, from the opening bell of the match, you've obviously had a game plan to destroy these men, and you've gone through with it completely.
Set an example to anybody that is watching, especially this American Dream, Dusty Rhodes and Road Warriors, that we're not giving any mercy, we're not giving any quarter. When we get in the ring, we are going all out. We are going to get our World 6-Man Tag Team trophy back. So you see, team work here. We are wrestling them down as a team, not just one individual in the ring. We are masters of this because we spend every day inside gymnasium, inside the ring, training, whether it be on weights, road work, or right in the ring. And it pays off. There's no other combination that is as good as we are.
Tagging in and out right now, and it's obvious from looking at the Russians and watching them tag in and out. This, right now, gentlemen, is 6-man at its best. Have to admit that. Tagging in and out, keeping the man right in your corner, and working on the back, slamming the man to the turnbuckle. Once again, the rotation continues as Ivan Koloff, Crusher Khrushchev are in. There's a 5 count every time, but you break it on the 5 count. And now throw the man out. Now, right there, Ivan, obviously an illegal hold.
No, it was not illegal. It wasn't across the throat. It was across his chest. We don't have to break the rules to win our matches. We pride ourselves in going in there and just using brute strength and our skill to put our opponents down. We don't have to break rules.
Now, right now, Randy Barber trying to fight his way back to Nikita Koloff, but obviously those blows not registered at all on Nikita. You talked about work in the gymnasium. A lot of hard work was taken. A lot of hard work was taken in the gym as well as in the ring, too, for all the great athletes we see here in the NWA. Using the ropes now. Here's Crusher. Pulling down on the throat of Randy Barber across the top rope. Very successful. Nikita talking to the referee at the same time.
Nikita, my nephew, and Crusher in the ring. It is competition also.
My goodness.
You see that?
Nobody gets away from that.
Nobody gets away from Nikita's sickle or Crusher's sickle.
You're right about that. No one gets
that power.
Now, here's a question I wanted to bring up. After you win a match, why many times do we see you clearing the ring of all your opponents?
We don't like to leave litter. We don't like to leave garbage laying around.
Well, the winners of the match, as we just saw, and Ivan Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev helping us commentate. Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff, and Crusher Khrushchev. And the winning move, that big sickle, Russian sickle by Nikita Koloff, which brings us to this point. Tonight, Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium, the Great American Bash. U.S. Heavyweight title, best of 7 series, match number 5. Now, Nikita leads 3-1. He won the first 3. Magnum won the last one in Greensboro. Many people say Magnum is on his way back.
Very controversial the way he won, though. Yes, but tonight, everybody's going to see nephew Nikita become United States heavyweight champion. You know, every week we get thousands and thousands of different letters from fans all over the country, all over America. I bring one out here to read for today because they're all about the same thing. These Americans write the same thing. They say, hey, Koloff, Khrushchev. Hey, I don't know what this means, hey. My family and friends seen you on TV last week, and we're all of the same opinion. We don't like you, can't say this word, rats. Why don't you go back to Russia? You think that you're going to beat Magnum TA. Well, nephew Nikita is leading 3-1, and tonight he's going to take United States heavyweight champion. You bring your flags, your American flags, and you can say what you want. But whenever you get down there and witness for yourself, you'll know who the superior athlete is, nephew Nikita.
Well, fans, tonight we'll find out match 5 of the best of 7 U.S. title at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium. That's part of the Great American Bash. And when we come back, a talk with the heavyweight champion of the world, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Don't go away. The most coveted belt in the world today, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt. And I'm very proud to say it is held by one man, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, for the 3rd time in his career, becomes the heavyweight champion of the world. How does it feel to be the world champion for the 3rd time, Dusty?
It feels good as punch, good as gold. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. 3 times world heavyweight champion. Nature Boy Ric Flair, all them years. Some say he's a great champion. Some say if he came out of the Great American Bash with the title, he'd be the greatest champion of all times. The proof is in the pudding, and the pudding's sitting here. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Little plumber son from Austin, Texas, Tony Schiavone, becomes world heavyweight champion for the 3rd time.
A lot of people said if Ric Flair would go through 14 bashes, it would be something incredible. The 13th bash, he lost the title. And a lot of people said, you know, he had a lot of tough competitors during those matches. You were at the bashes also. You had a lot of tough matches. In a cage with one of the Road Warriors against the Andersons. You had to go up against the Midnight Express. Both men very fatigued coming into that 13th bash. How did you prepare for that?
Well, I think, Tony, that fatigue doesn't really have anything to do with it. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. When you're wrestling for the most coveted sports title in the world of sports, $45,000 belt, $1 million a year, then fatigue has no play in it. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, was raised to be a world heavyweight champion. He was raised to be a champion, was studied by a plumber in Austin, Texas. Grew up in a plumber's ditch when I was 8 years old working, and had this dream to be the American dream. And for many years before it was fashionable to be a doctor and come out of the back closet and say, I like wrestling. Before it was fashionable to be a lawyer or somebody say, I like wrestling. Before all that was fashionable, Dusty Rhodes was the American dream. He gave the American public this one thing that they could reach out and touch and reach out and believe in. They say, well, Dusty Rhodes, you're going to talk for 2 minutes on TV. Nobody ever told Dusty Rhodes what to say, how to say it, or how to do it. The fact is, the World Heavyweight title was what every great athlete in every great sport is after. So on that given night, fatigue had nothing to do with it. Ric Flair was at his best. I was at my best. It was one-on-one. The cage was there. There was nobody inside. There was no referee falling down. It was pure, simple, and done. The American Dream 1, 2, 3 became World Heavyweight Champion for the people. The dream is true. It lives. It's alive. It's out there. Gosh almighty. It's everywhere for everybody to reach for. Whether you're black, brown, white, green, yellow, whether you're a great commentator here, as Tony Schiavone has been, whether you're Jim Crockett Promotions, I mean, gosh, it's everywhere. The American Dream can be had, and Dusty Rhodes has it. And it's like a good friend of mine said, David Allen Cofer, if you're big star bound, let me tell you, it's a long, hard ride. And tonight, again, a cage is being erected right there in the Fulton County Stadium for one reason. After it's all over, all the music's over, all the men jump out them planes from the sky and land in the stadium, it's 40,000, 50,000 people come and see Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and Ric Flair inside a steel cage. This time, I'm defending the World Heavyweight title. And reminds me of, as you know, one of Space Mountain and Ric Flair's greatest sins of all time was to be the man, you got to beat the man. Well, Nature Boy, if you ever want to be the man again, you have to beat the man. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, World's Heavyweight Champion.
The heavyweight champion of the world, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And when we come back, we'll talk about Baby Doll and her chance to get her hands on Jim Cornette tonight in a cage. Don't go away. Fans, before we get to our next match, millions and millions of young girls out there waiting to hear the winners of our Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzler Tour contest. And we can announce 6 girls right now who will be going on the tour with the Rock and Roll Express starting Monday. And those girls are Dawn Wells of Douglasville, Georgia, Sandy Montgomery of Bainbridge, Ohio, Leela Pittman of Burgestown, Pennsylvania, Tanya Smithers of Charleston, West Virginia, Trudy Robinson of Franklinton, North Carolina, and Rhonda Barnes of Elberton, Georgia. Those 6 girls will go on the tour. The 2 girls who won a dream date with the Rock and Roll Express, Wendy Scruggs of Gaffney, South Carolina, and Kim Baird of Lexington Park, Maryland. 2 young boys out of China Grove, North Carolina, won our Rock and Roll Express look-alike contests, Alan Ritchie and Justin McClary. Now let's talk about the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette in a cage tonight against the Road Warriors, and their partner tonight will be Baby Doll in a cage, Dusty.
The Road Warriors, my men. I mean, they the baddest 2 men on the streets. We are the world's 6-man tag team champions. They are the baddest 2 individuals on the street. And I know we're going to be taking a look right now at the Midnight Express and the Road Warriors and what happened when Baby Doll decided to come out and do it to it. Jim Cornette talking to the Midnight Express, trying to explain to them what they need to do to these 2 men. And they're very proud of their belts at this time. Of course, they're standing on the floor.
My question is, we see Cornette seeming to be very confident right now. We've heard him on TV. He's been a guest commentator with myself and David Crockett. He seems not to be afraid of anyone, especially not Baby Doll. Is he afraid?
When you have the money Jim Cornette has because he is the manager of the world's tag team champions, you don't have to be afraid of it. They see the Road Warriors got to beat these men. These men don't have to beat the Road Warriors. If they're going to win the title, Big Bubba, Big Bubba Rogers, I'm going to feel his noggin not too long down the road. Big Bubba's out there. Isn't that something?
Well, we have seen plenty of Bubba Rogers in the past.
Yeah.
So have you.
Yes.
Seemingly.
Watch the Road Warrior. Here's my man Animal now. Animal's one of the strongest men, if not the strongest man in wrestling. I've never seen anybody more strong than he is at any given time. Day and night, the middle of the night, Middle of the morning, he is strong. You're going to see him do some things here that a normal man could not do. They are tremendous athletes. They are geared. They train 6 days a week. They think about their bodies. They think about what they're going to do. They think about their athletic ability. And don't let them kid you. Just like the World Six-Man title is important, the World's Tag Team titles are important to these guys. They just won $1 million. The Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup, which is coming to Baltimore, by the way, next year. 2-day event. They're defending cup holders, if you will. Right there, Dennis Condrey is just wondering why his mama even sent him out for this thing here. Right here, look at the agility. Tremendous agility.
Boy,
and he's overjoyed. See, that's the thing about it. When he does something good, he just gets overjoyed about it. His chest puffed up to about 75 inches.
Well, there's no doubt now the Midnight Express have a game plan against the Road Warriors. And obviously that's the wrong game plan to try to match them strength for strength.
They can't. They can match them with speed because the Midnight Express are the World's Tag Team Champions. They are very quick. They are very fast. They have been a team a lot longer than the Road Warriors, a lot longer than Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. Almost as great as the team that was of a few years back was Dusty Rhodes and Captain Redneck himself, Dick Murdoch, because nobody did it any better. The Road Warriors here are jockeying for position, if you will. Right here, grab a headlock again on Dennis Condrey. There's no way Dennis is going to get loose from this thing. Right here, you see the Road Warrior. Like I say, very agile, very quick, very fast. Look at him, dumped down, over him, tried to leap over him, jumped up. That was a jump for life. That was fear. Right there, drop kicked him right in the stomach, drove 3 boots right through his gut.
People do not expect the Road Warriors to be that agile. Now look at Cornette going after Loverboy Dennis, encouraging him to go back to the ring, but of course Cornette is not in the ring with him like he will be tonight.
No, he's not. Tonight is a different story when they step in that ring with the Midnight Express, Jim Cornette, and the lovely Miss Baby Doll gonna be right there. They're still planning strategy here. That's the thing right here. They're talking a lot, they're planning strategy, and they're killing time. Now Hawk comes in. Hawk is super strong, super fast, super quick, and Hawk is a more thinker than most people think he is. He thinks about moves before he does them. He talks about them on the airplane, talks wrestling all the time. Hawk would be a great World's heavyweight single contender as Animal would. And it was said that Dusty Rhodes, since becoming a World Heavyweight Champion, has to look at the fact that all these people that were friends of mine now are going after the World Heavyweight title. Well, Dusty Rhodes open-minded. I'm the World Champion to defend the title against all comers. And if it's these 2 men here, my main men, then that's fine with me, and it would be a great match. But right now, Dennis Condrey got his hands full with Hawk. You see Dennis here is trying to erupt. What he's doing is trying to bring out the sense of humor of Hawk here. Hawk ain't gonna go for it. Look here. Hawk gonna ripple up. Woo!
You talking about a powerful man, just as solid as steel. Solid as steel, Hawk. Now this is a match for the World Tag Team title, the Midnight Express against the Road Warriors. Obviously, after seeing something like that, you got to go into conference once again. And fans, a reminder, this is World Championship Wrestling, our special edition. I'm talking with the World Heavyweight Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And don't forget, Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium is tonight. And the Great American Bash, you're going to see the Road Warriors right here as, well, Loverboy Dennis is feeling pretty good. Go up against the Legion of Doom, the Midnight Express. Jim Cornette will be in the ring. Baby Doll will be in the ring. They're going to put all 6 of them in a cage, and Baby Doll get her chance to get her hands on Jim Cornette. As you can see right now by looking at this footage, it's obvious that the Road Warriors can take care of the Midnight Express. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back with the heavyweight champion of the world, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and taking a look at the Road Warriors against the Midnight Express. And like I said before the break, it's obvious the Road Warriors can take care of the Midnight Express, which will leave Baby Doll and her chance to get her hands on Jim Cornette.
Well, this match took place in Raleigh, North Carolina, the capital of North Carolina. Capacity sellout crowd. You see right here, we're backing into it. Wasn't over here, but you see that since this thing started, that Bobby Eaton and Dennis Condrey, the Midnight Express, the World's Tag Team Champion, has been on the bicycle. They've been backing up. They've been going backwards. They haven't really got their game plan together. When they do, they can be awesome. There's nobody, I don't think, any better. I mean, as tag teams go, they are the world's champions. That's the most prestigious title besides the one I got sitting on my lap right here, Daddy.
Okay, a duck down now by the Hawk, and beautiful Bobby thinks better of it, but he's in the wrong place to go down the floor, Dusty. Oh, my.
Well, he's going to get thrown back in. There comes somebody's car, got thrown back out, got knocked on his, I mean, it's unreal.
I don't know if Beautiful Bobby, I don't know how he got up from that, because thrown in, thrown out, and then a big Road Warrior clothesline that set him right down.
Well, that's the ace. You know, the road right here, Dennis coming over trying to tell him, say, let's get out of here, go back to the back, but they can't. They got to stay there with it because they're the World Tag Team Champions. They have yet to mount an offensive, if you will, against the mighty, awesome, two of the six-man tag team champions along with Dusty Rhodes in the world, the mighty Road Warriors. It
would seem that Cornette is rather upset at his men also.
Cornette's upset because the tide has not turned. The tide's been only one way. It's been Road Warriors. If we were judging this thing on points, it'd be 1,000 or 1,000,000 or nothing, man. I mean, they ain't even mounted offense. But I've seen this thing, and you're going to see here where the mighty Midnight Express take a hold and start to get things going. Right here, they both going to get it now.
No, they're not. Oh, another clothesline from Hawk that just set them both down. Now, we have seen so many times, we've seen it once again, when something bad happens to them, they roll right out of the ring. Tonight, they're not going to be able to do that.
They ain't going to have no place to go. They ain't going to have no place to go. That man right there with that red boutonniere, whatever it's called, them red slacks, that man right there going to see Baby Doll tonight live and in color. All 150 of her teeth going to be shining all over his head, man. He going to be eating knuckle sandwiches for 6 months.
Boy, there is no doubt he is upset about what has happened in this match. From his World Tag Team Champions, they certainly have stalled for time, and they certainly have had a lot of knots on their heads in this match to go along with that.
See, Hawk here is just waiting. Hawk is very serious about his business. He take care of business all the time. He's powerful. They all, my man, like I say, they street brothers. They come from the street. There's nobody any more powerful, any bigger, any badder. Los Angeles, California, you're going to see the Wrath of Mighty Road Warriors coming up next month. Right here, look at the power and the strength right here. Bobby Eaton down again. Poor Bobby been thrown around like a rag doll.
And now the Hawk goes up. He missed that time. And you talked about the quickness of the Midnight Express.
That's it. That's where the tide changes now. Once you get the big man, the strong men down, that's when you got to stay on them. And you're going to see the Midnight Express now will take no prisoners and take no mercy here.
I don't know if our fans saw that, but I think maybe that was a tennis racket that Loverboy Dennis got to use on the back of the Hawk that time. That tennis racket is not going to come into play in the match tonight.
A lot of people haven't brought this up, but I will because I've been hit with it. A tennis racket don't usually weigh 25 pounds. That one does. I think it's more than string across the board, that racket.
Well, it's always, tennis racket always has the cover on it, and now with the use of that tennis racket, obviously the Midnight Express are taking charge. And they're the type of guys, once they get an advantage, they'll take it right to you.
That's right. They're like two dogs now, like two dogs on one dog. Both of them get in there. They both quick. They're after Hawk, trying to get him down, trying to get him disorientated. Give him a little of his own medicine. Give him a clothesline, a little of his own medicine. I think he's still feeling the pain of the racket behind his head that happened out on the floor. But right here, you see Dennis Condrey going to town now. The Midnight Express, the World Tag Team Champions, taking hold of the mighty Road Warriors right here live, getting on it and doing it right.
Well, fans, there's no doubt from watching this that you're going to see one heck of a match tonight as these four men go at it along with two others, and that's Jim Cornette you see right there in the foreground in the cage, in the ring with his tights on. We've seen that against Baby Doll, who have her tights on in the ring also.
Yeah, Jim Cornette and Ty look like Tinkerbell. Look like big Tinkerbell flying across the ring. Sometimes I wonder where his manhood really at.
There's the racket once again.
There you go. See that? That, when you wrestle the Midnight Express, title match, non-title match, whatever, you got to contend with the third man. Not only Jim Cornette stand out there, but there's a guy out there, 6'7", 400-pound Big Bubba.
Always
you see Hawk right there, excuse me for stepping on your feet there. See Big Hawk, though, he got himself back together now, trying to get his tag to Animal. Be coming in here now, be doing something. Big drop kick by Animal. Another big drop kick.
Both of them going down from Animal. There's his power slam, Dusty.
That's it.
One of the most awesome moves in wrestling. And obviously has him angered because he wants him to get back up. And the gigantic shoulder block from Road Warrior Animal as he hooks the leg. Only a save the title.
That's it. And watch this right here. Now you're going to see what happens. Right here, all four men in the ring. The referee is a little bit disoriented. NWA's top referee, Tommy Young, right there. They both take it. Right here comes Jim Cornette, racket in the back. Disqualification. You got to beat the Midnight. You got to beat the world champions. The world champions don't have to beat you.
That's right.
This match is history. It's over. Jim Cornette, now then outside the ring. Precious Paul is outside the ring, and he's starting to put the look on Jim Cornette. Right here, you see him chasing. Now, I want you to watch it on your screen. The Vivacious Baby Doll. Now, watch Baby Doll come in here. You talk about a noggin knocker. Woo! Big Bubba, get back, son. You don't want none of me. You see Bubba start to strut over there? Big Cornette just had his feet knocked in the air, laid out in a prone position. Back of his head hurts.
I think it's obvious that Baby Doll is just as quick as a cat because she slipped in underneath Bubba that time.
She's quick in a cat, man. I know for a fact, Jack. I've been out with her.
Okay. By disqualification, the Road Warriors will win, but the Midnight Express will retain the World Tag Team title. I've been talking to the heavyweight champion of the world, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty, as we take a look at the Road Warriors and the Midnight Express, thank you very much for spending time with us.
One final word, baby. To be the man, Nature Boy Ric Flair, you got to beat the man.
As we take a look once again at Jim Cornette being chased by Precious Paul Ellering, Big Bubba trying to take care of Paul Ellering, but he should have taken care of Baby Doll. And she will take care of Jim Cornette tonight in Atlanta. We're coming right back. Okay, fans, we're back on World Championship Wrestling, our special edition. A lot of good news to report. Of course, Magnum TA hopefully on his way back for that quest for the U.S. Heavyweight title Best of 7 series. And also that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is the World Heavyweight Champion for the 3rd time. But there's not always good news to report. We have to report here today that Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant at the Great American Bash in Greensboro lost his hair in a hair versus hair match against #1 Paul Jones. As you know, earlier, Shaska, formerly Pistol Pez Wally, put up his hair, lost his hair and was shaved, and now it has happened to Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. Let's take a look at what happened and relive that moment from the Greensboro Coliseum. Valiant with Jones now back in the ropes. Big right hand on the head. Now there must be a winner in this match, as Valiant obviously using an object to work on the side of the head of Jones. The fans on the edge of their seat right now because this match has been going on for quite a while and neither man wants to lose his hair. You see Baron Monarowski down at ringside, and once again Valiant with a right hand. The momentum is all Jimmy Valiant's right now. Kenny Jones up by the hair. Big elbow, that's the Valiant elbow right there. This may be the end of Paul Jones. No, he gets up because the Baron's on the apron of the ring. Choking away now at Baron Monarowski. And as we can see, Jones has that loaded glove. The loaded glove that we've seen so many times on the hand of Jones. And look at Jimmy Valiant left of your screen. Valiant has a glove of his own. Valiant a right hand and Jones is out. This could be it. Now the referee trying to chase away Baron Monarowski. The Raging Bull's in. And now look, it's Shaska with a chair on the back of the head of Jimmy Valiant. Shaska came in from nowhere, from the dressing room. Valiant is out, Jones is out, but Valiant is the man on his back. Earl Hebner makes the count. Oh, no, that's it. He is going to award the match to Paul Jones. Now the Bull is going to make his statement, but it's already in the bank. Earl Hebner has made his count, and he's going to give the match to Paul Jones.
Paul Jones.
There you hear the official word from Tom Miller, our ring announcer. Sam Houston has come in. The Italian Stallion, the Baron is there. Both men are out.
Paul Jones.
As we saw, Paul Jones was knocked out by Valiant. Denny Brown is pleading his case. But I would assume in just a few minutes we are going to see all the hair taken off the head of Jimmy Valiant. The fans are standing up at ringside and are stunned at this time. It was Shaska, there's Valiant. It was Shaska who came in from the dressing room with the chair. Valiant now regaining some consciousness. There you see Sandy Scott. And I guess it is his chore to come in and shave the head of the man. He was just informed now by referee Earl Hebner that it was Paul Jones the winner, and Jimmy Valiant Oh, he can't believe it, and I don't think any of the fans can either. And it happens right here in the ring. The Raging Bull's not going to let him do it. Look at him. Meanwhile, Paul Jones, you see down with Shaska and the Baron being congratulated, along with the Barbarian for his win. Valiant just moments away as you see Shaska. The fans are chanting no. Shaska knows what it feels like. Valiant, well, he's a man of his word. He signed the contract, put the contract up, must be a winner, lose the match, will have his head shaved. So seemingly he is going to go through with this. The fans are saying no. The Bull says no. And Jimmy Valiant just moments away from something not only he, but Paul Jones will never forget. Valiant is down. So many things have been done to him at the hands of Paul Jones in the Army. However, this, right now, has to be the worst. There it goes. As a stipulation in this match, Jimmy Valiant getting his head shaved right here tonight in the ring. This is incredible. And look at Jones. I'm sure they have to hold him up at this time because he was knocked right out. Valiant had the match won. But now you see the result. Jimmy Valiant, as the fans look on, having his head shaved as a result of losing this match to Paul Jones. I think we all saw, though, the chair being used by Shaska. And he actually covered Jimmy Valiant with his manager, Paul Jones, who had been knocked out. This has to be a terrible moment for Jimmy Valiant, an embarrassing moment, as all the fans just really watch on in disbelief. Jimmy Valiant getting his head shaved. And now trying to gather up what is left. The winner of the match, obviously Paul Jones, and Jimmy Valiant has lost his hair here tonight. And fans, when we come back, we're going to talk and look at a gloating Paul Jones.
Incredible. Jimmy Valiant, Paul Jones, and you're laughing. Personally, I think this is that was quite horrible the way you and your guys conducted yourselves.
Well, when you get the job done, you can sit back and relax and laugh about a lot of things.
Yeah, but it's how you got the job done.
Listen.
That's the question, how you got the job done.
It doesn't matter how you get it done as long as you get it done. And you know what's so funny is months and months now, Valiant gets up and said, Paul Jones, you're going to be a ball-headed geek. You're going to be a ball-headed geek. And here it is. It gets down to the wire, down to the nitty-gritty, and who's a ball-headed geek? Jimmy Valiant. I mean, this is not only getting the job done, that is not everything.
Well, Paul,
what everything, don't interrupt me, what everything is he's out of my hair. And he...
Okay, Paul Jones along with Bill Apter of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I'm now joined by the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. To my right, Animal, Hawk, and standing behind them, manager Precious Paul Ellering. Tonight in a cage, the Road Warriors get their hands on the Midnight Express, and of course, Baby Doll will be their partner in the cage going after Jim Cornette. Hawk, it's all tonight at Fulton
Tony Schiavone, have you ever baked a potato in the oven? Well, if you have, you know you check it with a fork to see if it's done. Well, in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium tonight, nobody's going to have to check the Midnight Express or Jimmy Cornette with a fork. but they will be done. Because the difference between the Road Warriors and every other tag team in the world is this. You take any tag team but us, put them on some railroad tracks with a locomotive heading right towards them, and what happens? It runs them over. You put us on the track with the same locomotive, you know what happens? The locomotive takes a dirt road. That right, big man?
You know something, Tony Schiavone? All these people here, I'm not gonna keep you waiting in Atlanta because you got a match to go watch us beat the heck out of the Midnight Express. But not only for you people here in Atlanta, whether it's Los Angeles or wherever we go, let me remind you of one thing. We've been tag teaming here not once, not only twice, but 3 years in a row, and we'll bet our life savings, which is a lot, right, Paul? That we'll get it again this year. Now, Midnight Express, the reason you don't want to wrestle us in a regular tag team match is you're scared. You'll say the Rock and Roll Express is number one. You'll say the Andersons deserve a shot before we do. But the real reason is you're afraid. You're afraid to get in the ring with the Legion of Doom. It don't matter if it's the Midnight Express, the Koloffs, or especially you, Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, or the Andersons. Whether it's in LA or anywhere else in the country, we're gonna get you. You can't run from the Legion of Doom. Right, Paul?
That's it.
Well, you know, your street brother, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, now the World Heavyweight Champion. We talked to the Russians earlier, and they say they want that World Six-Man Trophy back, but I know that's something you're proud of, something you plan to hold on to.
Hey, you know something, Tony Schiavone? We were sitting there in Chicago, working out like we always do, minding our own business 2 years ago, when all of a sudden we put the TV on, and who's on there? Big Mouth Ivan Koloff, Big Mouth Khrushchev, and Big Mouth Nikita Koloff. And what do? We took Dusty Rhodes, Tony, for one reason, because he is a street person. We don't want nobody else as our partner ever, maybe our manager Paul, but we took Dusty because he's a street person. Ain't that right, Paul? Tell him.
That's right, Dusty Rhodes. We don't have to talk about your reputation. The world knows that. You're the world champion right now. And being that aside, if it ever comes to the fact that not only are we the six-man champions, if you ever want to face Animal or you ever want to face Hawk, all you got to do is sign the dotted line, Dusty Rhodes. Friendship aside, the world title means a lot of money, and the Legion of Doom runs on money, Dusty Rhodes. The dotted line. Tony?
Well, Dusty talked about that. Dusty talked about men going after the World Heavyweight title and wanting a title shot, and both of you men have had title shots before, and I know that's still something you're thinking about.
Everybody in this world has got a job to do. Whether they're a plumber, a doctor, a nurse, a garbage man. Well, our job's beating people up. Dusty Rhodes' job is beating people up. And we're the best at it. That's why we stand right here and tell you people that. And that's why you people listening say, hey, yeah, they're right. They are the best. And they're going to continue to be the best as long as they feel like fighting. And since it's the only thing we know how to do, we're going to be the best for a long, long time.
That's right. Any wrestling magazine told you pick up, you'll see the Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, #1. Ever since we got into this wrestling business, #1 we've been. Tag Team of the Year, 3 years in a row. Manager of the Year, and he's going to win it again this year too. So it's only a matter of time. Remember, people, we're the guys that say what we're going to do, and we do it.
Take it to the bank.
Okay, and we'll be right back with Nature Boy Ric Flair. It was 1 week ago that Nature Boy Ric Flair lost the World Heavyweight title to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I'm going to be very honest with you. It's unusual for me to come out here and announce you without saying heavyweight champion of the world, but that is a fact right now. Only thing I got to say, it was a tremendous match, you and Dusty Rhodes for the title in Greensboro.
Well, Tony, if you find it unusual to announce me as anything but the World Heavyweight Champion, imagine what it's like for me to walk out here and to be announced as anything except the World Heavyweight Champion. The word former doesn't fit the name Ric Flair. The name past does not fit the name Ric Flair. But today I'm walking out here, and as the whole world can see, I'm just as clean and just as slick as I've always been. I'm still Space Mountain. I'm still, in my mind, and in the mind of every wrestler in the world today, I'm sure, the greatest wrestler alive. The only difference is Dusty Rhodes is now the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. He is the #1 man in the sport we know to be the greatest sport in the world today. I'm talking about professional wrestling. I didn't slip on a banana. I didn't trip over a referee. I didn't walk in that ring with any kind of injury. I got beat last Saturday night, and I'm going to swallow my pride right now, Tony Schiavone, by a better man on that given night. Not by a better man than Ric Flair, but on that given night by a better man. Now, Tony Schiavone, Dusty Rhodes has got to show me right here in Atlanta, Georgia tonight that he can do it again. He's got to prove to me, nobody else, that he can do it again. When you've been wrestling 12 years, your record is 3,115 wins and 6 losses, then you can stand out here and talk the way you want to talk, because my win-loss record for a fact is the greatest of all time in this sport, and you'll never see that loss column hit double figures. That means, Dusty Rhodes, that I'm going to dog you, my friend, tonight in Atlanta. If not tonight, St. Louis, Kansas City, Dallas, Greensboro, Richmond, Chicago, Minneapolis, Los Angeles, wherever it is. I got enough money in my bank account to make sure that Jim Crockett and the National Wrestling Alliance get my name on a dotted line enough times. Sooner or later, you're going to have to. It happens that way, my friend. You're going to have to stub your toe, and I'm going to be there to reap the harvest, Eddie. Now,
do you think that putting up the title like you did on every night of the bash, when you got down to the 13th bash, had anything to do with...
There's no excuse. For every title match I had, Dusty Rhodes had just as tough a match. You see, when you're in the National Wrestling Alliance, Tony Schiavone, and I'm not blowing anybody's horn, Dusty Rhodes right now is the World Heavyweight Champion. He's the best wrestler in the world today because he's got the belt around his waist. When you're talking about Dick Murdoch, the Road Warriors, the Garvins, the Wahoo McDaniels, the Andersons, the Tully Blanchards, the Koloffs, where do you want me to start? Where do you want me to stop? Right. You're talking about the greatest wrestlers in the world today. This isn't Hollywood. This isn't Broadway. This isn't a music station. This is professional wrestling. I pride myself on being a man, 100% man. Dusty Rhodes, whether I like him or dislike him, has got nothing to do with it. When it came time for the gut check, he walked that aisle. He was a better man than me last Saturday night. But like I said before, my ego and what I feel for myself will not allow this to stay in tune. In other words, I have got to have that title back. And that's all I got to say. Right now, he's the world champion. Right now, he's the best wrestler in the world in the eyes of anybody that knows anything about sports. Because believe me, to walk through an airport or to walk into a hotel or to walk the streets of any major city in the world and have somebody holler across the street or look up to you in the eye and say, "Hey, champ, what's going on?" There's no feeling like that in the world, because you see, I don't care what anybody else tries to tell you. There's only one world heavyweight champion, and he's the man that wears the belt that says National Wrestling Alliance on it. So right now, Dusty Rhodes, you're the man. But you take a look at what's coming after you, because you're going to have to show me again. Now, as we can see right here, this is the match. Greensboro, North Carolina, and brother, the joint was packed. And I've always said to Tony Schiavone, and I'll say it again, Greensboro, North Carolina is my town. I beat Harley Race for the World Heavyweight Championship there. Right. Some of the greatest victories I've enjoyed in this sport were in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I walk in that ring, I was deaf to the boos, I was deaf to the cheers, just like he was. When you're talking about competition at this level, you're talking about the greatest competition in any sport. Two men pit against each other, the best man walks out. As you can see, I was in what I thought a pretty good condition right there until he reached in for that small package, which is a very smooth move in our sport, and he got the 3 count.
Well, there you see it, fans. Wrestling history as Dusty Rhodes becomes the World Heavyweight Champion for a third time.
Brother, he knows what it's all about. And that's why he comes after it so hard, and that's why I'm going after it so hard. When you've been there, when you've walked that aisle with that gold belt around your waist, when you've traveled around the world with that gold belt in your bag, when you've had every wrestling fan in the world, whether they liked you or didn't like you, know that you were the world champion. Well, that's a feeling you can't buy. It's a feeling you're not born with. It's a feeling you can only earn through a whole lot of hard work. And brother, I know what he's feeling right now because I've been there myself, and I'm going to be there again.
You know, I would say that maybe now Ric Flair will come after.
Look at David Allen Cole right there. I'm going to say one thing about these bashes.
Okay.
You know, and I'm not going to change the subject for a minute because we're talking about something real serious right now. But David Allen Cole has been a part of the Jim Crockett Promotions Great American Bashes across this country. Brother, I don't like country music, but David Allen Cole has turned them on, and I'll tell you what, he's got a real fan in Ric Flair. And believe me, David Allen Cole, you showed me a lot of class when you walked in that ring. Like I said, there's a lot of controversy, a lot of ego. There's a whole lot of things between Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair that I don't like, that a lot of people don't understand. But the bottom line is, David Allen Cole showed me a lot of class when he ran up because he is involved. He's an entertainer sitting out here, but he got involved just like everybody did. You did, Jim Crockett, 18,000 fans, the whole world's involved in the World Heavyweight Championship picture. And tonight, Atlanta, Georgia, right here, the Road Warriors, the world champions, the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express, the Andersons, the Four Horsemen, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Atlanta, Georgia. You like big-time sports? Don't look to the Braves. And don't pay any attention to those rinky-dink announcers that work out there. You're looking at a man that makes $1 million a year. And I don't have to put a headphone on my thing and make a living doing that. I'm talking about big-time sports. I'm talking about Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, the World Heavyweight Championship. And if you got $20 in your pocket, you get down there because you're going to see that title change hands again. Woo! And that's the bottom line. And I'm through. I got nothing else to say. I'm headed for the Coliseum right now, brother. The stadium.
Nature Boy Ric Flair with us on World Championship Wrestling, going after that World Heavyweight title, now held by Dusty Rhodes tonight in a cage at Fulton County Stadium. I'm coming right back. We're with the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Ole Anderson, and to my immediate right, Arn Anderson, two of the Four Horsemen. One of the horsemen we just talked to earlier, Nature Boy Ric Flair, a member of your family who has now lost the World Heavyweight title. But there's another member of the Horsemen, Tully Blanchard, who is a National Heavyweight Champion. Tonight going up against Ron Garvin in a tape fist match, and Garvin has made a statement I think we're all aware of about this being a do-or-die type situation. He wants to put it all on the line. We're talking about a wrestling career. Arn?
Well, Tony Schiavone, any man, I don't care how frustrated, that would make a comment like he's going to risk his whole career on one match, any given match, sounds like to me he's went off the deep end. You understand? Garvin, we all understand, is not playing with a full deck anyway. But for him to take all this anguish out and put it all on the line for one match, he's going to blow it all off his whole career for one match. It sounds like to me his frustration is overriding his better judgment, to be honest with you.
Ole, what do you think about his statements?
Well, I think it's a stupid mistake. And certainly people right now are thinking that the Four Horsemen are riding a little bit low, having our problems. Sure. But look at it this way. Realistically, for Ric Flair to lose one match out of several hundred, what does that mean? It's only a matter of time before we get right back to the top. We get back to that prominence that we've been enjoying for so long. And for Mr. Garvin to think that he can take advantage of it, it just shows what stupid thinking that goes on in his mind, because Tully Blanchard would love to see a match wherein Garvin would say, if I lose, I'm out of wrestling. If I lose, I leave the state, I leave the country. Or have some kind of restriction in the match where he would be prohibited, let's say, from wrestling the type of style that he does now. Garvin, you're going to get that match, I'm sure. when you do, I think you're going to find out you made a big, big mistake.
Okay, we're going to take a look at Ron Garvin in action going up against the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion Black Bart right now with us on World Championship Wrestling. We'll have the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Ole and Arn, talk with us. You guys have mentioned many times that Ron Garvin is the master of the cheap shot. Arn, why don't you explain that to us?
Well, as you know, Ronnie Garvin's biggest claim to fame, Tony, is a one-punch knockout of Ric Flair on national television. What he failed to mention, though, it was a cheap shot. It was from the blind side. Flair never saw him coming. It was documented. It was right there before all the millions of people to see. So if that's his biggest claim to fame, Garvin really doesn't have a lot to brag about. Number one thing, Tony, I've asked you on several occasions, maybe you can answer me. Why is Garvin allowed to punch with no restrictions from the referee at all?
Well, you know, in this sport, obviously, you can get away with a lot of things. If the referee doesn't see it, it's legal.
No, I don't. Why do you say obviously?
Well, a lot of wrestlers have. Going down on the floor, throwing a man out of the ring, using the ropes, breaking.
Well, I see. So the obviously was just a sarcastic little tone on your part directed towards myself. Is that correct?
Well, not necessarily. There's a lot of wrestlers out there.
Well,
but
wait a minute.
I don't want to get
the
into an
point is,
argument
if we
with
were
you.
punching, it would be a negative thing.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
Garvin does it, admittedly, and you talk about it as though it's a positive thing. It's supposed to be something that we're supposed to be happy with, acknowledge as being something that's great. Garvin just gets away with a lot of things.
Well, right now, he's going up against a man who's a fine athlete, a fine champion, Black Bart, Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. These two men have fought a lot. And Ronnie Garvin, you talk about his punch. He can take a lot of punishment, one thing, and also has a lot of very good wrestling holds and moves and knows how to tie you up in many different ways.
Well, that's the thing I can't understand. Yes, he's a very accomplished wrestler, but right here, what happens when he gets in trouble? He goes right back to the punching. But what I got to say about Black Bart is we're doing a lot of talking about Garvin. Black Bart is the Mid-Atlantic champion. That is a prestigious title, period, Tony Schiavone. And as you'll see, he gives Ronnie Garvin all he wants. The thing I can never understand about Garvin, why he always resorts to the cheap shot when a man is as talented, and you have to give him that. He is a talented wrestler, period. But watch, every time he gets in trouble, what does he go back to? The punch.
Well, you got to admit, Ronnie Garvin right now, and Black Bart's putting a lot of punishment on him. In this sport, not only to be able to dish it out, you got to be able to take the punishment, and Ronnie Garvin is an expert at that, as we can see right here.
Well, sure he is. How many times has Ole came on national television and told you, we expect to get hurt. This is a business, this is a sport where you're going to get hurt. If you think you're not going to get hurt, you better stay at home or do something else. But what we want is we'll take that little bit of hurt just to give a little bit out.
Now, Black Bart right now is working on the right hand of Ron Garvin, which was injured right here on national TV. That obviously has healed, but once you can try to work on it, you can probably soften it up. And that happened at the hands, if I recall, of Tully, JJ, and Arn. You had something to do with that.
Only thing I had to do with it, Tony Schiavone, is if you will remember, I think we had a 10 or 15 or maybe 20-minute match on television that Garvin came out on the short end of the stick. He wanted to roll out and cheap shot me after the match simply because he couldn't get my bread and butter, which is the world television title. That's what I remember. Maybe you remembered another way. He got what he deserved.
Well, you are still the world TV champion.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be it as long as I want to be it.
Arn Anderson now with us. Ole with us, talking over this match as it's Black Bart and Ron Garvin. As we mentioned before, Ron Garvin, I have seen him, especially there was one time I remember in Richmond, Virginia, during the Great American Bash, where he won that national heavyweight title, and because of circumstances, had it taken away. So that is leading to what he is talking about now, putting it all on the line, the loser out of wrestling when he talks about Tully Blanchard.
I can understand frustration, Tony Schiavone, just like you can. I know you get frustrated. Any professional at anything has got to go through frustration. Right now, Ric Flair is feeling a lot of frustration, but he's not going to go off the deep end and say he's going to throw his whole career away for one match. All that is Garvin's elevator doesn't go to the top floor, and he's just opening his mouth before he does very much thinking at all.
It's Black Bart and Ron Garvin, and we're with Ole and Arn Anderson. And we'll be right back to talk more about this match right after this timeout on World Championship Wrestling. Okay, we're back with you on World Championship Wrestling as these two fine athletes. Now Black Bart has Ronnie Garvin in a lot of trouble here.
And he's going to take full advantage of it, Tony Schiavone. I guess, but you figure that's bad, I guess. Because
In
it's
this
Black
sport-
Bart taking the advantage.
No, in this sport, you have to take the advantage.
Well, you know one thing that I can see on this, and that's going to be the difference between Black Bart and Tully Blanchard, and it's this, and the Four Horsemen. You mentioned before that Garvin had the bad hand. Black Bart is not thinking in those terms. If any one of us were wrestling Garvin right now, we'd have stayed with that hand. We'd have stayed with it until finally we got Garvin to submit, or the referee stopped the match, whichever. As good as Black Bart is, that's the one thing that I see that's missing in this match. He's just not staying on that one body part, which we always do.
Absolutely.
Well, there's no doubt about that. The Andersons noted for staying on an arm or a leg or whatever until really the opponent would submit. And we talk about the Four Horsemen. We look down at ringside now. We see James J. Dillon and Tully Blanchard. Now, what are they there for? Intimidation?
No, to make sure that people like Dusty Rhodes don't get in the ring, or people like the Rock and Roll Express. You know, sometimes there's a little interference.
Simply reflect back to an earlier show a few weeks back. What did Dusty do? Was right at ringside, taped up, what did he do? Tape up Garvin's fist, something? Anyway, he got him disqualified.
Okay, Bart thought he had won the match. And Tommy Young said no. He claimed he was on the ropes. Now really having Ronnie Garvin reel with those right hands. Bart is really working on him now. Back into the corner, and Ron Garvin is in a lot of trouble right here. But then again, look at Tully, look at JJ.
Doing nothing, right? What are they doing?
Well, they're encouraging him on.
They're observing.
They're observing.
They're observing and making sure that there's no outside interference. Obviously, they're not doing any interfering.
Okay, a big foot on Bart.
Now, you want to take a look at something. What's this? How about the feet up on the rope? What kind of stuff is that?
Foot up on the rope?
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what it was. I can't deny that. I saw it too. Ron Garvin will get the win. And now Tully and JJ are complaining. Ron Garvin walks off. Now look at JJ. There's no doubt about it. The foot was on the rope. The feet were on the rope.
So why aren't things changed around? You talked about Tully and JJ being down there. You thought that they might be doing some interfering. And in fact, you admit they haven't done anything except observe the match. Now they're making a legitimate complaint. You see that Garvin is cheated into the match. Nothing is being done about it. Why?
I can't answer that. That is all the decision of the officials.
Well, okay, that's the answer that we give you then. If you can't take care of it, and if the officials in the NWA can't take care of it, you see a flagrant violation and it's not being taken care of, that's the reason why the Four Horsemen are going to appear at matches, in all matches. If we're all there, whether it's Flair, whether it's myself, whether it's Arn or Tully, you're going to find all of the horsemen at ringside because something has got to be done. If it's not going to be done by the officials, then we're going to have to take matters in our own hands. That's it.
Okay, you saw the end of that match. We're back with the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. You mentioned one time that being a member of the Four Horsemen is a state of mind. Two of the Four Horsemen tonight, a bunkhouse match against the Rock and Roll Express. And then, of course, your cousin Nature Boy Ric Flair gets a chance to get that world title back. And you mentioned the Four Horsemen are always around.
Tony Schiavone in the Greensboro Coliseum when Dusty Rhodes did, and he's to be congratulated. He did upset the world heavyweight champion.
Don't even
well,
you do what you want to do.
Okay. Anyway, what I'm saying.
Congratulated, he ought to be taken out and go ahead.
Anyway, in theory, what I'm saying, there was one fateful night that we didn't hang around. Maybe we got a little lackadaisical. Maybe we did get a little overconfident. Maybe we didn't realize that Flair was getting just a little fatigued, and a fluke, a miracle, one brief moment of divine intervention could happen on a given night. It happened. I assure you in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, we will be on hand. Things are going to go our way. Rhodes, you're going to pay dearly for your little brief moment of glory. I assure you, and tonight is as good a night as any.
And the Rock and Roll Express bunkhouse match.
First of all, people better understand that in a bunkhouse match there aren't any rules, all right? And we're just in the mood right now not to have any rules whatsoever. Don't care about the referees, don't care about anybody else, don't care about the officials, and we sure don't care about the Rock and Roll Express. When he gets done doing his singing, that's going to be about the end of it. In a bunkhouse match with no rules, anything goes. We take our boots, take our belts, and do anything we want to do. It's legalized mayhem. But the thing that gets me mad, and you're talking about congratulating Dusty Rhodes, and it's that. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a fluke. Dusty Rhodes knows what he's doing. They go ahead and they get a ring around there. They've got a cage. They got a bunch of policemen. They make sure that there's no way that the horsemen can get in. I'm talking about Greensboro. Well, this time you can do anything you want down there. I guarantee you all 4 of us are going to be in that Fulton County Stadium. Make it 5 because J.J. Dillon's also be included. We get done with our bunkhouse match. You're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Tully's not going anywhere. I don't think Garvin's going to go anywhere either, but not because he's going to help anybody. And we're going to be watching. If there's a fence, if there's a barricade, if there's police, I'm bringing wire cutters. I'm going to bring anything I got to bring to get down there and make sure that this time justice is served. Dusty Rhodes, you and I were just good buddies from a long time back. I just love you to death. I love you dearly. You just make sure you show up in that Fulton County Stadium tonight, because I guarantee you we're going to be waiting, and we're going to have some presents going to take you a long time to unwrap. But the one thing that I can guarantee above all else is that you are not going to walk away from Fulton County Stadium under your own power. You are not going to be able to stand up like I've been watching you on TV so many times with your hands up like this. You're not going to be able to sing with David Allen Coe anymore either. Dusty Rhodes, you better just pack it in, because tonight you're through.
Fans, we'll be right back. We are back on World Championship Wrestling and now joined by superstar Bill Dundee along with Nature Boy Buddy Landell. And it's good to have you back with us, Buddy, and superstar Bill Dundee. Good to have you with us.
Well, it's nice to be here. Tony, what's your name?
Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone. That sounds more like a disease that does a name, doesn't it? But I know what you're all saying, girls. I know you're all going to get on your telephone, you're going to call somebody, and you're going to say the real Nature Boy's back, and he's about the cutest little devil from Australia you ever did see, and that's right, Bill Superstar Dundee. Now, I'm not going to, well, what can I say? I mean, I know you're going to sit out here and brag and tell a lot of things that ain't true. No, we're going to sit here and tell you the truth, folks, because if we say we're good looking, you just got to look at your TV screen, and you're going to see we are. Now, girls, if you like him tall and blonde, you got the Nature Boy. If you like him a little bit shorter and a little darker, you got the Superstar. But it don't really matter. If it comes to singing, dancing, wrestling, and wrestling's the name of the game that we're in, Tony, right? We're the best there is. Now, we're the best single wrestlers in the whole wide world. The Nature Boy wins all his matches. I win all mine. But when you put us in a tag match, son, you've got poetry in motion. You got the real Nature Boy and the Superstar. Tell all the girls hello, Budro.
Well, Tony Schiavone, the Nature Boy Buddy Landell is back on the scene, baby, and I ain't hanging around back either, Daddy. I'm coming through the front door. Too tall, too tanned, and too good looking, Daddy. And another thing, Tony, I told you the last time I was here, they had that bogus guy coming out here stealing my name, I believe his name's Ric Flair. I told the people out there that I was the only Nature Boy, right or wrong. Now, it's apparent to the fact that Ric Flair couldn't get the job done, and that's why Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, took the belt away from him. Call it a fluke, call it what you want to, but the man's got the belt. When the checks are signed, he's the one that gets to heap a load. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what I'm here for, Daddy. And I brought the cute guy from Australia here, and we're here to get the business done, if you know what I'm talking about.
That's right. So, Tony Schiavone, I can just tell you something. This guy has been often imitated, but never duplicated. So, whatever you want to say, fellas, we're not coming here to jerk the curtain, Daddy. We're coming to close the show. Now, I can imagine Dusty Rhodes, he goes around, he says, I'm Dusty Rhodes, the man of the hour, the man too sweet to be thawed. Hey, we don't care how sweet you are, Jack. We just want that gold you're carrying. So just anytime you want to sign the belt on the line, Daddy, just either against the Nature Boy or the Superstar. We don't care, Rhodes. We just want it, and anybody else's. Oh, and the Road Warriors, they're big and bad. They're as big as oxes, and I bet they're twice as smart, too, right? They're great. I'm not taking nothing off you, but we're the best there is, Daddy. Because like I just keep saying, girls, you think we're lying to you. Look at them on. Look how cute we are. Yeah, we'll tell you, we're pretty. We're the best there is, and we can also fight. You want to talk something?
Okay, let's take a look right now at a match. Nature Boy Buddy Landell, along with superstar Bill Dundee, going up against George South. Now, you've mentioned, Buddy, that Bill is your player coach. Why don't you explain that?
Well, I will explain it. You come to me when you want to talk.
I'm sorry.
I will explain to you. Most people call themselves managers. You know why? Because they don't know what to do in that ring. They've never been in there. They got some wimp around here. Cornette calls himself, got a lot of money. Mother brought him into the wrestling business. He's a manager. Has never been inside the ring in his life. I have, Daddy. I can wrestle. I can do it all. So that's why I'm a player. Pete Rose, right? Great baseball player, right?
Right.
He's the coach. He's the captain. He's the whole shebang, right?
Right. And so, one of the best players in
that's right.
in
so
baseball.
You're talking one of the best wrestlers. Hey, Bud, I am, Pete. And look at that guy that loose. Look, this is great.
You know, there ought to be a law, Tony Schiavone, for being extremely handsome. See, the thing that I mean to tell you right now is, see, I've been gone for about 7 months, and I came back to prove a point. And you can tell by my posture in the ring right now that I'm doing just that, proving a point. Now, George South, he gets a quick little shaft on me right here, but the Nature Boy kicks out. Watch this athletic ability right here.
It was made you mad, son.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anybody can deny the ability of Nature Boy Buddy Landell, nor the ability of Superstar.
What a great that was. A super drop kick, right?
Standing drop
Ricky
kick.
Martin or Ricky Gibson, you would have been telling everybody how great that was because it was Buddy Landell. I believe you're prejudiced, boy.
Well, I'm not prejudiced at all. I know how great of an athlete both Superstar Bill Dundee is, and of course, Nature Boy Buddy Landell. Right now, back in World Championship Wrestling, you mentioned about Dusty
Rhodes. You know what
Rhodes.
Mr. South was saying there? He was saying, please, buddy, let me up. Please, buddy, please let me up. You're breaking my arm, boy. That's exactly what we came here to do, break arms, state names, Jack. We didn't get what name the Superstar and the Nature Boy. We didn't just wake up one day and say we were it. The fans give it to us. They love this. They said, this guy, man, he's back to nature when you look at him, man. Look at that white, pretty hair, that suntan, that nice body. And me, they said, he's just the best there is, so we got to call him the Superstar. We didn't pin them handles on ourselves, boy. We earned them.
Hey, Tony, another thing. For the 7 or 8 months the Nature Boy has been gone, Daddy, the Nature Boy, well, not the Nature, excuse me, I should smack myself in the mouth, watch myself. Yeah, in a little bit. But hey, Ric Flair was on TV week after week running off to the chops, right? But the 1 week out of the 7 months the Nature Boy Buddy Landell has been gone, the 1 week that I come back, where's that hose knows at? He ain't nowhere in sight because he knows he's bogus. He knows that the real Nature Boy is on the scene, Daddy, and I'm here to get the job done, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. George South's feeling the blunt of my wrath right now, if you know where I'm coming from. I'm getting ready to punish him big time.
That's a good-looking fella right there. Yeah. Now, Tony, I can just tell you this. What I had Dusty Rhodes from his own mouth say that was the 10th time that Ric Flair had defended the belt, right? It was the 10th time when he won it. If he had wrestled the Nature Boy or the Superstar, it would have been gone the first time, not the 10th time. So Dusty Rhodes, the challenge goes at Daddy, because you're the man of the hour right now. You're the man with all the gold, so it's you, it's everybody's got to beat. You want to wrestle the little one? Fine, I'll wrestle you. You want to wrestle the tall blonde? He'll wrestle you too, Daddy. So just sign the name on the dotted line, boy.
Okay, you talked about Superstar Bill Dundee, Nature Boy Buddy Landell being a great tag team, great single wrestlers. I would assume during every match that you have, buddy, that the Superstar will be with you and vice versa. You'll always be together in the ring.
Well, yeah, that's what it's all about, brother, because, like, I think it was Ole Anderson I heard saying sometimes the referee doesn't see everything. Well, if they don't see everything in our match, Jack, we're getting up in his face to tell him.
Okay, Buddy Landell now putting pressure on the arm of George South.
I learned from my friend Arnie Novi there. You get that? Watch this. It's a special present, Tony Schiavone, for you and Jim Cornette, my good friend Jim Cornette. I love him to death.
Now, look at this now.
Have you ever seen that hose-nosed bogus Ric Flair do that? I don't even think he can drop kick.
That is one of the most awesome moves I've ever seen, right on the concrete floor.
Now, let me tell you something, Tony Schiavone. I'll tell you, one time I was wrestling Dusty Rhodes, and to my surprise, he hit me with that big elbow. When I got up and gathered my senses back, when I turned around, he drop kicked me right in the face. Now, he can do it, and I got all the respect in the world for him, but don't get me wrong. He's a hell of a man, but he's not Buddy Landell or Superstar Bill Dundee, and that's why we're here.
That's what it's all about. When nobody told me when he got back, he said, I was thought when Dusty hit me with that elbow, he said, I was waiting on a bus and a train came past. Well, brother, we know all about your bionic elbow, and we got the cure for that, Daddy. Now, we're getting tired of playing with this, Jack. We're going home very shortly. You watch this now. Come on, bud, go figure four.
Have you ever seen anybody do this move right here except the Nature Boy Buddy Landell?
Spinning elbow.
Great. Now watch now. What do you call this?
The figure four leg lock.
Right.
Emphasize on the first word, the figure four.
Okay, the figure four leg lock.
On by who? Nature Boy Buddy Landell, and this boy screaming, please let me up, Mr. Landell. Please let me up.
Well, you could tell it was just a matter of time.
Hey. It's a little workout.
Little workout.
That's all it was, brother, little workout.
There's Superstar Bill Dundee up at the ring.
What's the slow-mo? Am I higher than the top rope or what? Huh?
Well, yep.
It
would appear so from this angle.
You just jumped off the top rope, but you didn't, brother. Look at that. It took 5 minutes to come down.
It's hell being extremely
This boy's so fast, man. When he goes to bed at night, flicks the switch off, he's in bed before the room gets dark.
You know, it's obvious that you guys have come here to World Championship Wrestling really ready to take on just about anybody. You mentioned Dusty Rhodes, you mentioned Ric Flair, you mentioned everybody.
Well, there's no sense coming to beat up George South. Everybody can do that. We come here to beat the best there is. And I know you're saying we're bragging. That's what I'm telling you. Just sign the matches. Ric Flair, the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express, the Road Warriors. You just do it. We don't care, brother. We just come here to make a name for ourselves. We've already made it all over the rest of the world, so we just come here to show you how pretty we are and to tell you how bad we are. And when they sign the matches, we'll show you how bad we are, boy.
Tony, you know, hey, when I left here, I was one of the top wrestlers in the world, okay?
That was
National
Hey,
heavyweight
well,
champion.
whatever, okay? Listen, I took 7 or 8 months off of attitude adjustment, baby. I'm back on the scene for one reason. I'm talking I could have wrestled anywhere in the world that I wanted to, but if it don't say Jim Crockett Promotion, it's not wrestling. It's not professional wrestling, and that's another reason why I'm here, Daddy. I'm working for class because I am top-notch with my friend Superstar Dundee.
That's
We're
right, pal.
top-notch, Daddy, or we wouldn't be here.
Now, I'll ask you something else, and I
Okay.
bet you can go around and ask any wrestler in the rest of this territory right here. Do they have Joe and Collins' private phone number? No, sir.
Superstar Bill Dundee, Nature Boy Buddy Landell. When we come back, we'll look at the Kansas Jayhawks. Don't go away. All of you fans know by now that this is the place for great tag teams. World Championship Wrestling, Jim Crockett Promotions, the NWA, the Midnight Express, they're the World Tag Team Champions, the Road Warriors, Ole and Arn Anderson. Well, we're very happy to have with us right now, to be with us on World Championship Wrestling, the Kansas Jayhawks. To my right, the Hangman, Bobby Jaggers, one of the great single champions from up in the Pacific Northwest. And his tag team partner is part of the Kansas Jayhawks, Dutch Mantell, one of the great champions from the southern part of the country. And Bobby, you know, this is a great place for tag teams. The World Tag Team Champions are here, the Midnight Express, and I know that's why you're here.
Well, you know something, Tony Schiavone? The epitome of professional wrestling, whether you're a single wrestler or whether you're a tag team wrestler, is be sitting in this chair right next to you where I'm sitting today. This is something that people in this business work for, strive for, to be in the epitome of professional wrestling, Jim Crockett Promotions, NWA. And I came here, and I'm a very happy man today because I've got another Kansas boy with me, Dutch Mantell. His record speaks for itself. Like you said, we're both good single wrestlers, but Cornette's got the tag team titles. He's got the Midnight Express. And the Midnight Express, we're looking for you. We came all this way, not just sit here and lollygag around. Put your name on a contract, and Dutch and I'll be there, right, partner?
You know, we came a long way for the Midnight Express. Now, they are sitting on top of the fishbowl, baby. I mean, they're up there on top. And like Bobby just said, this is where a lot of tag teams would like to be sitting right here talking to Tony Schiavone. But we're talking to all of America right now. And, you know, you can't ever tell which way the train went by looking at the tracks because sometimes it don't tell you one thing. But I'm going to tell you one thing. We're coming after the Midnight Express. Now, anytime, now, Tony, you know this from past experience, anytime you get a third man outside that ring, like Jimmy Cornette with a tennis racket, he can create quite a problem for you.
That's right.
Quite a problem. And I've run across quite a problems in my wrestling career. But I brought a little friend with me that's got me out of a lot of jams. This is called a bull whip. And it's 10 foot long, and it'll stop a 1,200-pound bull. And I think it'll stop a 230-pound wrestler right dead in his tracks. Not to mention Cornette. Now, we're after you, and I know now we're going to have to wait a while, maybe wait in line just a little bit before we get to the Midnight Express. But we're patient. We waited this long to get here, and we can wait just a little bit longer. But I'm serving notice today on Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express that we're hot on your trail. And it's not a cold trail, it's real, real hot. Seems like a lot of people around here are mad at a lot of other people because to sit right here at Jim Crockett Promotion, you got to be a man. And if you can't stand up to the test, baby, then you're going to get dumped by the wayside. They're going to dump you like yesterday's garbage. But Cornette, you know, like I said, you're sitting on top of the world, but you can't sit there forever because test after test after test is going to come your way. And when we get to you, the test is going to be there because we're great single wrestlers, right. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've had a lot of success in this wrestling profession. So has Bobby. And now we're a tag team, and we're going against an established tag team in the Midnight Express. But boys, when you match experience against experience, hey, we'll be with you every step of the way, baby. This ain't my first time to the rodeo, guys. I've been here before, and I intend to stay. And sometimes you only get so many chances at something. But when we get a chance at the Midnight Express, we're going to make that one chance count.
That's right. You know something else, Tony Schiavone? One thing. The big old bodyguard. Big Bubba. Well, Bubba, you stick your nose in a lot of people's business. We heard down the road what you did to Dusty Rhodes. You like to stick your nose in business, stick it in our business. Because this shoe fly will darn sure fit around your hiney, boy. And when it's fitting around your hiney, Cornette, while you're running, we're going to be pinning your tag team 1, 2, 3 and become the World Tag Team Champions.
Okay, the Kansas Jayhawks, Hangman Bobby Jaggers and Dutch Mantell. There's no doubt from talking to these two men that World Championship Wrestling, the NWA, will be hearing a lot from these two, especially three men will be hearing a lot from them, Jim Cornette, Beautiful Bobby, and Loverboy Dennis, the Midnight Express. Gentlemen, we look forward to seeing you in the future.
Thank you, Tony.
We'll be right back. You know, when I was told that Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch would join us here today on World Championship Wrestling, much excitement because you're talking about one of the true top great professional wrestlers in the world today, one of the top 5 in the NWA, and it's good to have you back with us on World Championship Wrestling, Captain.
Boy, thank you very much. You know, it's just a privilege and a pleasure to be associated with Jim Crockett Promotions. And first of all, you know, I'd like to take just a second and congratulate my old partner in American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, on winning that World Championship belt. You know, he beat a heck of a man, a heck of a champion at the time in Ric Flair.
Yeah.
You know, I've been around, like you say, a few years, and I've watched a lot of world's champions, and I've watched a lot of professional athletes. And those two right there are classics.
You come into, it's truly a hotbed for wrestling. A lot of great stars are here. You talked about Dusty, you talked about Ric Flair, and a lot of other great stars here. Great wrestlers are right here.
Well, to me, it's got the best there is in the world. You know, I was up in the WWF, and I was one half of the World's Tag Team Championship up there. And I came back to NWA. I came back to Jim Crockett Promotions. Like you said, they have got the finest wrestlers, I think, in a profession today. You've got those Russians, who I don't like. You've got an awesome team in the Road Warriors. You've got Magnum TA. I mean, you can go on Tully Blanchard, Wahoo McDaniels. I mean, credibilities and legends in their own time right here.
Okay, we're going to take a look at a match. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch going up against Bill Mulkey. Let's take a look at that match, and Dick Murdoch will be here with us, commentating over that match. Take a look at Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch in action, going up against Bill Mulkey. And now, as you come in, playing the Marine Corps hymn.
Well, that's right, Tony. You know, an ex-Marine Corps veteran. I'm proud of serving in the United States Armed Forces. I'm proud of being in the United States Marine Corps. Proud of this life I've led. Proud of being a professional wrestler. And, you know, coming back here, you know they got great wrestlers. And I didn't know this boy. I haven't seen him wrestle before. And I shot in an arm drag to feel him out, and I got him another one. And like you say, everybody around here is, if they knock you off your pedestal, they move right up to that main event. And one thing you don't want to be around here, you don't want to be knocked off that pedestal.
You're exactly right. Now with a headlock on Bill Mulkey, Pee Wee Anderson, the referee, as we take a look at Captain Redneck. Good takeover right there.
Well, you know, I could feel when I locked up with this fellow that I had him, I could see I had him a little bit of weight advantage, and I figured out, you can see right here, I'm putting a weight on him, laying across that chest and pulling that head up with that headlock, cutting off his air and his wind supply, hoping I get this over this as quick as possible, because I flew in from Amarillo, Texas that morning, you know, and it doesn't take you long to get tired when you're out there on a trip like that.
Well, it doesn't look to me at all like you're tired at all in this match, but you can tell that you really are going to work on Bill Mulkey in a hurry.
Well, Tony, like you know, we don't have a 60-minute game out there. We don't have, you know, special quarters or innings like in baseball. Hey, I'm going to get paid the same whether I go out and beat this man in 3 minutes or if it takes me 12 or if he beats me the same, he's going to get paid. So, you know, might as well get it over with as quick as possible.
Right now, Mulkey, good toss into the ropes, and there's the big elbow. Boy, that set him right down.
Well, you know, Tony, I got to give my old partner a lot of credit to that. Dusty Rhodes and Dick Murdoch probably, and Dusty uses a lot more than I do now, probably have the strongest and stiffest elbows in the wrestling profession.
Well, you know, you talk about Dusty, and he was as excited to see you returning to World Championship Wrestling as you were to see him, because he talked about that during his interview at the top of the program.
Well, I'll tell you what, 8 years of blazing a trail of glory.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at the famous Brain Buster by Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch, right down on top of the head of Bill Mulkey. And as we take a look at this, we can only think there's another wrestler right here in the NWA that uses the Brain Buster that says his is the best, and we're talking about gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
Well, you know, I haven't seen Jimmy Garvin use it, but I know Jimmy Garvin. I know he's a great athlete, a great competitor. But I'll tell you what, I was taught this from a man who I consider one of the toughest individuals ever in professional wrestling. That was Killer Carl Cox. And as you can see, I don't believe there's anyone in the professional wrestling business today that drops a man directly on his head the way I do. I mean, you see a lot of suplexes, a lot of different types of suplexes used, but you watch right, Tony, when I get him set perfect, I drop him straight down on top of that head, and it's over with. They're not going to kick out.
Right, the key to it, I would think, instead of going straight back, bending the knees, and going right straight down on the head.
You know, you can see his body, it just forms an arc. It just bent right in half right there. And when I covered him, there was a 3 count. There's not going to be any kicking out on that.
Well, I'm sure using the Brain Buster, and by what we have seen in your match, that you're going to be very confident and very willing to take on anybody that would like to come up against that Brain Buster, whether it be gorgeous Jimmy Garvin or whomever.
Well, you know, it don't matter where I go. It doesn't matter if we're going to Philadelphia. It doesn't matter if we're going to St. Louis, Missouri. It don't matter where we're going across the world. with the Jim Crockett Promotions. You know, I'm going out there, and I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to battle them Russians. I'm going to go out, and I'm going to battle the Iron Andersons. We're going to battle a lot of people. And these places I've mentioned, a lot of places, they know when I speak the truth, I get out here and I'll tell you I'm going to whip somebody. I'm going to whip them. And in L.A., it's going to be Iron Anderson for that World TV Championship belt, and I'll guarantee you, Iron Anderson, you're going to know you've been in a battle. I promise you.
Now, you mentioned the Russians. Now, you talked also about being the next serviceman and being very proud of this country. I know when you see the Russians up here, like we saw moments ago, with Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff, Crusher Khrushchev, not only degrading our wrestlers, but degrading the country. It's something that I guess when you go to the ring against them that you'll be thinking of.
Well, you know, I hate to throw salt in old wounds, you know, but it's like when the Iran crashes, you know, we kind of took a back seat and let a little small puny country run over us there. And then these Russians, they get up here and mouth off. Well, you know, like I say, I was proud to do a duty in the Marine Corps. And I know a lot of other people out there, boy, they sit there and they buy them tickets, and they just had the chance. They want to put their hands on them, too, because we live, and I've been all over the world. We live in the greatest place in the world. Sometimes, sure, we get down a little bit. Sometimes, like we're now in the oil crisis, where the price of oil's down, it's affected a lot of people's lifestyle and earnings. But when you weigh all the situations in this hand against all the situations at hand, and you look at other countries, this ain't such a bad place to live. And if Russia was so great, why aren't they there?
Yep, that's right. We talked about Dusty Rhodes being your close personal friend, and you go way back. I know a lot of fans would love to see Captain Redneck, Dick Murdoch, and Dusty Rhodes maybe team up in the ring once again.
Well, I would too. You know, we were the original Texas Outlaws, and when they nicknamed us the Texas Outlaws, it was the truth. We were, and I feel this today, the greatest tag team combination ever in professional wrestling. And at that time, we were great. When it was Bruiser and Crush, you know, I mean, they were great people. But Dusty Rhodes, he's come a long way, and you know, it's what other country but good old United States of America, like he says, can a son of a plumber go out and become world's champion? Or, you know, when I left home, my dad was a professional wrestler, my uncle. When I left home, I got a handshake, a pat on the back, and he said, "Don't come back."
Right.
You know, you're stepping out into a man's world, kid, and heck, I've done pretty good, and I'm not patting myself on the back. I've come a long way in professional wrestling, and it's just a great country, and it's a great sport, and boy, I'd love to be teamed with him again.
Yeah, and I'm sure all the fans across the country would love to see Dusty Rhodes and Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch team up. And if that would happen, there are a lot of great tag teams. You mentioned the single wrestlers, but the Road Warriors, the Midnight Express, a man that you called to while you were defeating Bill Mulkey. Jim Cornette has a lot to say a lot of times.
Yeah, you know, to me, a manager, something like Cornette's a leech. You know, I mean, they're in all kind of sports, but they're leeches. They don't ever get in the ring. They stand around, they shout obscenities, and they like carries a tennis racket around in professional wrestling.
That's right. And
what are we going to do, put them little skirts on him before long? Have him run around playing with Billie Jean King?
I don't know. I don't know.
But, you know, they're leeches, and they want to stand up there. If they want to be in wrestling, get them in there. Let's put some trunks on them, get them in there, let's duke it up, and we'll weld old Bertha to the end of us honker.
So you can definitely say you're ready for the NWA. That's
well, Tony, I stay ready. It's like the old Kendalls when they were singing, "If you're waiting on me, you're backing up." By golly, we're ready. We're waiting for the bell to sound. And, you know, I'm just getting ready right now to go out here to Fulton County Coliseum. Jimmy Crockett come up to me. He wants me to manage Ronnie Garvin in a match tonight. And by golly, I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to seeing the last part of this bash. You know, I sit out there on my farm in Canyon, Texas, and I sit on the satellite and we hear about it. But I just want to be part of it, and I'm proud to be here. And I'm getting an old pickup and we're driving over.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim Crockett Promotions proud to have Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch with us, and you can better believe, fans, and especially maybe you, Jim Cornette, or whomever listening out there, you'll be hearing a lot from this man, Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. Okay, next week we'll be back with you on World Championship Wrestling with another great 2 hours. Until that time, I'm Tony Schiavone. We'll see you at the matches.
Thank you, Tony.